also, I think for our clients, it can be quite bewildering from a technology perspective, because there are now, because things have moved so quickly, as we've already talked about, because it tends to bleed into lots of different areas, your internal telephony solutions, your organizational and external UC, your contact center, your digital transformation, if you've got that strategy happening. It can feel like you're trying to boil the ocean sometimes in terms of how you're trying to tackle this. And so I know, particularly from your perspective, Craig, there's a lot of interesting things going on technology-wise in this space to try and address all those different issues. What are we seeing on the technical front?
Yeah, I think so. As I mentioned there, we do have a lot of customers that have got legacy estates. So when we look at the life cycle of these estates, there's a couple of challenges. So one, it's quite difficult to enable some of these old platforms to deliver new digital capabilities at a kind of cost-effective price point, effectively. Two, the actual life cycle of these platforms, software management, hardware management, again, is coming to end of life. So people are starting to look now at, what is the alternative? I think if we look back at the procurement process that we've run over the last 18 months or so, all of the replacement platforms have been cloud-based. So we're very much not seeing anybody put any investment into on-premise platforms anymore. So that kind of points to the maturity of some of these cloud-based platforms now being there. They're ready, they're fully baked, if you like, in terms of being able to be consumed as a available, stable type of service platform. And I think as we move more into that as a service model, adding new capability like digital, like web chat, like natural language, like WhatsApp type social integrations, these things are quite easy to do because you're subscribing to a service, you're not necessarily building a platform. So we're seeing much more of that. I think in more recent times, and again, some projects we've been working on, we seem to have a new breed of suppliers coming into the market. So we've seen the hyperscalers playing in this, the AWSs, the Googles for the last few years, and again, the uptake of them types of platforms has been really strong. But I think now we're seeing more software houses coming into the mix. So we've seen a lot of AI-based organizations, which are really, really focused on effectively creating a customer journey based on artificial intelligence. So you've been able to dip into natural language, being able to use machine learning, being able to really create a very, very dynamic customer journey, which, depending on what's said, depending on what options are selected, depending on thresholds in terms of the account, or, if it's a sale or if it's a delivery, there'll be things that can happen triggered as part of that. So we've got I know we've been working on some really interesting projects around this where it's going much beyond the kind of traditional digital engagement. It's going into really enriched digital experience. So I think the technology space is again very exciting. It probably is worth calling back at the complexity of this. So moving from a traditional environment that you've had stability for many years into something that's cloud-based, not necessarily fully in your control, may require different skills and capabilities to design that full end-to-end piece. It's quite a scary journey, and it does need some assistance, it does need some thought process, and it's obviously got to be driven in terms of how do we deliver the best customer experience for the most appropriate price point, if you like, and the best contract, and get that flexibility out of it. So yeah.